cocksuckers.
I feel like no matter where I go, 10 times a day, I find myself asking myself this question. I find myself going like, hey man, is anybody else seeing this shit right now? Have I stepped into a parallel fucking universe or something? Like, I went to buy a coffee just a few weeks ago from a coffee place, just so there's no confusion. I didn't go to a shoe store, I went to a coffee place, okay? I go up to the lady behind the counter and I go, can I have a coffee? And she goes, well, we have a special promotion. And today for $2, you can get this drink and it has vanilla and there's whipped cream and there's sprinkles on it. And I was like, that's cool. I don't want that. May I have a coffee? And she goes, it's the last day of this special promotion. And I was like, oh, I think I understand the full scope of the promotion. May I have a coffee? And she's like, you're a fucking loser. Here's the thing, this woman was enormous, okay? She was huge. She looked like 4 people melted into one. So I was like, you know what? You're super fat. You know when shit tastes good. Hook that shit up. I want to try it, right? And she goes, it's $2. And I go, all right. And then I extended at 20, and she goes, And I go, I'm sorry? And she goes, I don't have the change for that. And I was like, oh, so what do you want to do now? Are you saying I have too much money to shop here? And she goes, we just can't handle it. And I was like, handle it. It's a 20. Like, I didn't put the Hope Diamond on the counter and go, figure it out, stupid. Like, it's reasonable, right? And she was just all shoulders, like, oh. I go, nothing? You have no solution? She goes, do you still want coffee? I'm like, yeah, that part's never changed. That's why I'm here. And I go, you can't resolve this at all. And she goes, you could ask somebody else for change. And I go, another customer in line? And she goes, yeah. And I go, what about the box with buttons in front of you? So I turn around to the line of people and I go, excuse me, do any of you guys have change? Everybody was like, oh, you fucking asshole. Like, you're at the place to get change. You're right there. But then this one Arab guy, and I'm not saying that means anything, but he was, so why leave it out of the story? He goes, I have everything. And I was like, oh. And then he opened his attaché, and he had every denomination of every currency. Like where I could go, I want one of those, I want one of those, I want one of those. He was like, yes, yes, yes. Now enjoy your pussy drink. And I was like, okay, all right. And I want you to know something. I drank that pussy drink, and that's the best shit I've ever had in my entire life. Pussy drinks forever. I'm not sure that's what they're called, so take your chances, but it would be cool if you went to a Starbucks tomorrow and you're like, can I get a pussy drink? I was in Washington, D.C., and I was sharing a cab with a woman I didn't know. Never met her before in my life. We're splitting the cab. Midway through the ride, as I'm looking out my window, I hear the woman go, hey. And I thought she was gonna be like, hey, like you wanna fuck or something? And I was gonna be like, I can't, I'm married, so make it quick, all right? I look over, I'm like, what is it? And she goes, is this yours? And she's holding a wallet. And I go, no, it's not mine. And she goes, oh, it must be the previous rider's wallet. I'll just give it to the driver. And I go, don't do that, look at him. He looks like a cab driver. He probably smokes crack every once in a while. You can't trust these guys. I go, give it to me. I'll get it back to the rightful owner. And she goes, really? And I go, yeah. She gives me the wallet. Now I feel obligated to find the owner. But here's the honest to God truth. I really want to. I've always dreamed about finding a wallet. I don't know why. I dreamed I would find a wallet, I would open it, it would have $1,000 in it, I would get it back to the rightful owner, and it would turn out to be like Will Smith, and then he'd be like, do you want a helicopter? And I'd be like, yeah. And I'd be like, I got a family in Denver, do you like furniture? So I open this wallet, it has $2, a grocery store rewards card, and a community college ID. So I have found not Will Smith's wallet. But I still try to do the right thing. I call the grocery store, I explain the situation, and I go, can you help me out? And they go, no. We're a grocery store. We don't track people down. Eggs are on sale. Go fuck yourself. And I was like, cool, thank you for your help. Then I call the community college, and I speak to literally every department in the community college for 4.5 hours. Before I finally get a contact number, I call the number, and a man answers the phone who I can only imagine has never used a phone before. Because he actually answers the phone with a noise. So just to break this shit down, I don't know if you've ever used a phone before, but usually when you call someone and they pick it up, they say, hello? That's fucking it. That's what people say when they answer the phone. Maybe if they're in a bad mood, what? Those are the two options. This man answers the phone, picks it up, and he goes, And I go, hello? And he goes, And I go, I'm gonna talk, and then you talk. And he goes, yeah. Like it was the first time someone explained to him how fucking phone calls work. Up until that point, he's just like, that made a noise, I'm gonna make a noise too. So I go, hey, I found this wallet. I was given your number. I'm trying to return the wallet. And he says, it's probably my son's wallet. He's always losing shit because he's a piece of shit. That's the first thing. I don't even know how to respond. I'm like, I go, well, can I give him his shit back? He goes, he's a real asshole. And I go, we're talking about your son right now? And he goes, yeah, I don't think he's gonna amount to anything. I go, Jesus Christ. I go, maybe he will amount to something if he gets his wallet back. And he goes, yeah, I'll let him know you called. And then he hangs up the phone without taking my information. So his plan is to go to his son and be like, some guy found your wallet. Hey, I don't fucking know. And he's like, well. So I'm super frustrated. I try to do the right thing, right? I forget about the wallet. A year goes by. A calendar year. I go back to DC. I go in town, I call a friend. We go to a restaurant, just a random restaurant. We sit down, and the waiter comes up to take our order, and I go, Justin? And he goes, how do you know my name? And I go, dude, I have your wallet. And he goes, oh, do you have it on you? I go, no, I don't fucking walk around with your wallet. I don't go, I got my wallet and I got Justin's wallet. Now I'm ready to go out. No, you fucking psycho. And he goes, do you want to hear about today's specials? And I go, do you want to acknowledge that this is an amazing moment in both of our lives? And he goes, what do you mean? What do I mean? I found your wallet in a cab in DC a year ago. I don't know how many cabs are here, but I think it's a lot. I got told no 100 times by 100 people trying to find you. My hotel room used to look like an episode of NCIS. There was pins and charts connecting shit to each other. I spoke to your father, who's not a fan. I don't know if you knew that or not. I come to a restaurant at random. I get seated in your section, and I recognize you from your ID that's burned into my memory. You don't think that's fucking amazing? And he goes, we have a prime rib special. We also have a penne pasta. I can't eat. I'm like, what the fuck? He comes by, I go, look, I don't want to make a big thing here, but I do remember that I have your wallet in my bag in my hotel room. If you want to come by, I will give you your wallet. And he goes, okay. I go back to the hotel. I hear a knock at the door, and now I'm expecting him to lose his shit. I think the situation merits freaking the fuck out. I think he was playing it cool, and now he's going to be like, I didn't want to say this earlier. We should open a surf shop in Maui together. You know, or like, this is my newborn son. I want you to have him. Like that shit. So I hear a knock at the door. I open the door. I'm like, hey. And he goes, hey, you got my wallet? And I go, yeah. And I give it to him, and he goes, cool. And he turns around, and he walks away. No. It's not cool. So I open the door, and I see him about to get on the elevator. I go, hey, Justin! And he goes, yeah. And I go, your dad's right. You're a fucking asshole. I cheat, like I'll look in the mirror, I'm like, Yeah, that's what you look like. It's all these little things you don't think about. You just do it automatically. Here's why I really had to call myself out. I was getting into a shower in a hotel, and it was one of these hotel bathrooms. There's just mirrors everywhere. And as I was stepping in the shower, I looked and I was like, oh my God. Like, look at you. I can't believe somebody lets you fuck them. This is crazy. I always like it when I eat myself out of breath. I feel like that's a good boost to my day. You know, I'm eating and then I go, ugh. It's better a few moments later when you get to think about it. You're like, why did I just stop to take a deep breath? Oh yeah, my body also needs air. You fat fucking turd. I did the fattest thing you can do a week ago. Maybe not the fattest thing. I think the fattest thing you can do is probably eat another fat person, right? Like if you're fat and you see another fat guy and you're like, that guy looks delicious. You're super fat. I didn't do that. I did, however, go out to eat. I went out to breakfast. I had a croissant. Everybody knows what a croissant is, right? It's a flaky fucking thing. I ate one, and one is enough. And then I left this place, and I was walking down the street, and I saw a bakery, and I was like, I wonder what their croissants taste like. So I entered a second venue to shovel bread into my stupid fat mouth, and the big payoff is that when I was done, I got to go, oh no, the first place has better croissants.